Russians by Sting was written in 1985. It keeps asking the Russians to love their children too. It is directing at hysteria and the fear of atomic bombs. I really tried to show everyone that Americans and Russians are the same when they say, we share the same biology regardless of the ideology.
Carter stated, quote, "Our policy is based on a historical vision of America's role. Our policy is derived from a larger view of global change. Our policy is rooted in our moral values, which never change. Our policy is reinforced by our material wealth and by our military power. Our policy is designed to serve mankind." End quote. Jimmy Carter had one main goal: peace. He believed that we needed to reflect on our highest moral principles. He is all about human rights. Even though he was concerned about the spread of communism, he cared more about human rights.
He will do anything to get peace. He cut ties with a 30-year-long relationship of political and military support with one of Latin America's most abusive leaders. He also wanted to stop getting oil from the Middle East and tried to persuade alternative energy sources. That just caused oil prices to go up.
Even though his policy wasn't the same as Truman and Eisenhower, it was still good. The Cold War actually ended when he was in office. Also, when Israel and Egypt were in war, Carter stopped the war to create peace. He invited the leaders to Camp David for peace talks. He created peace without an official treaty between the countries. Not everything Carter did was great, though. There were also some lowlights in his term in office. The Shah of Iran was getting revolted against in Iran. Carter let him come to our country for medical attention because he couldn't ignore human rights. The Iranian people didn't really like that, so they went to the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and held 58 Americans hostage.
This political cartoon shows how he wants peace and is nice to everyone because of his morals and belief in human rights. I mean, he wants to hug Hitler.
This one is explaining how everything should be equal. His image defined world events that shaped the era, such as those that led to the boycott of the 1980 Olympics and the abduction of American hostages by the followers of Ayatollah Khomeini of Iran.
The United States, along with several other countries, made the decision to boycott the 1980 Olympics because of the Soviet invasion into Afghanistan. During their invasion, the Soviet government imprisoned a man who was accused of supplying secret material to a reporter of the Los Angeles Times. To sum it up, Jimmy Carter altered to the Cold War foreign policy as set by Presidents Truman and Eisenhower.